Hi everyone and welcome back to Liz Sews. I've gotten a couple of questions recently about shopping on AliExpress, so I thought I'd do a little two-part series on it. In today's series, we'll go over how to just use the website, search terms that I like to use, and the types of materials that I like to buy on AliExpress. And then in a couple months from now, when all of the items arrive, I can shoot a second video that shows the quality of the product that I'm purchasing. So let's dive into AliExpress. Okay, so here we are on the homepage of AliExpress, so aliexpress.com. And one thing that can be a little bit tricky when navigating AliExpress is just not knowing how to find things. It's not really made very user-friendly in terms of browsing and searching and stuff like that. So what I'd like to do is just knowing the right sort of search terms really helps to be able to find things a little bit easier. So in the search box up here, I generally look for either embroidered lace or maybe some stretch lace. So let's do embroidered first. Embroidered lace trim is what I'm going to search for. And that generally gets me what I want. And here are the search results. Now, I do think that these might be slightly altered based on my past browsing history, because I am seeing things in here that I have showed interest in the past or clicked through. So just know that if you come back multiple times, it might get a little bit better at giving you things that you're interested in. So if I search for embroidered lace trim, you see I have 300,000 results. Obviously, I don't take the time to look through all of those results. I just look until I'm tired of looking and then I stop. One thing to keep in mind is some of them are sold by single yard lots and some of them are multiple yards. So here's this pink lace up here, which I'm using for one of my projects next month. Obviously, I had to buy 2 yards of it, and this price listed is for the lot. Sometimes you might see a price listed and that's a per each, but then it tells you you have to buy multiples. But basically, that's what I type in: embroidered lace trim or embroidered tulle trim, and I go through and I look and I see what I want to purchase. And I'll go through pages and pages and pages of this. Like there's 60 pages. I probably never go through all 60 pages. I just go until I get tired of what I'm seeing. Another thing that can be helpful, so let's say this one I'm interested in. So I click on it and it opens it up in a new tab. And once I look at it, I decide, nah, this isn't really for me. Before you click out of it immediately, I would say take a look at the side over here, because it'll also give you some recommendations that it thinks that you might be interested in. And the other thing you can do is just shop this specific store. So even though this lace might not be exactly what you're looking for, you might say visit store, and they might have other types of laces. So generally, if they have a lace that you like, they're going to carry other things that you might like as well. So fabric, let's say lace trim. I'm particularly fond of tulle lace trim. So stretchy laces, those are generally called elastic lace on here. So if you want to shop for stretch lace, I would search elastic lace trim. That's what you really need to be looking for. So even though I didn't like that first one, I have a couple other options. And also, if it's a store that you've shopped at previously, then you can just sort of look at other laces they carry, and you can sort of shop with some level of confidence, knowing that you like the stuff that they've had in the past. So anytime I find a lace that I might just be interested in, I might add it to my cart. Does not mean that you have to purchase it, and I'll show that later down the road. So, see, once I add it to my cart, it's going to give me more recommendations. I'm really loving this lace right here. Let's see, I have to buy it in 2 meters again, which isn't too bad, especially since it has free shipping. So you're looking at roughly $4 a yard, which isn't bad for embroidered lace trim. Yeah, I think I like that one a lot, so I'm going to add that one to my cart. And it's going to give me more recommendations. Obviously, you can tell I've been looking for needle felting on here, so it's giving me lots of needle felting recommendations. Fancy for You, this is a shop that I've used before, and I've actually been quite happy with a lot of their laces. So again, clicking through to view the store itself. Once you're in the store front, I'd say products. I'm going to go down to lace, and I'm going to say embroidery lace trim. And yeah, just lots of different options to look at. So that's when you're looking for fabrics. I haven't been particularly successful finding things like Duoplex or Raw Tool or anything like that. I primarily use AliExpress for purchasing like the pretty fashion fabrics, so my laces. The other thing that I think I'm going to try today is looking up findings. Now, I have not had the best luck purchasing elastic findings from China. I think that it's really hard to judge quality on the picture. But what I have had good luck with is rings and sliders. So I'm going to just search rings and sliders. Let's see if that, yeah, that's going to give me what I want. So lots of different options here. So this is really interesting over here. Rainbow rings and sliders. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So they tend to be listed in millimeters. So I like a 1/2 inch strap, which is 12 millimeters. And let's see, we're looking at $8.22 for 10 sets. That's quite a bit more expensive than I normally pay for rings and sliders, but they're rainbow. So I think I'm gonna try it. Let's see, let's look at some of the other pictures. Yeah, that's really cool. I'm gonna try it. We're gonna add it to cart. And let's see. I do need some other ones. Let's do, I have a bunch of 3/4 of an inch straps, which is about 20 millimeters. So I think I'm gonna get some 20 millimeter strap and gold. Let's do rose gold. So $278 for 10 sets. Looks like 20 pieces. So 10 sets would make 5 bras. So that's not bad. 5 bras for $278. Still more expensive than I normally spend, but I think I don't use the 3/4 of an inch that often, so I think it's worth it to me just to get the not as many of them. So I'll take that and add it to cart. One thing I will say when you're looking at stuff, you pay attention to the price here, but also pay attention to the shipping cost, because sometimes the shipping can be more than the item itself. So you don't want to get surprised by that. And let's look at this one. So I'm in the market for some silver, and I think that's what this is. Yeah, 100-piece lot, so you get 100 of them. And I want 12 millimeter, and then I think you just pick the type that you want. So I want, let's say gold, silver. So I want a silver slider because I can use sliders in multiple places. Like I can use a slider, I can use 2 sliders instead of a ring and slider. So I think I'm going to do that. So 12 millimeter, I think I want it in silver, and $2.99 for 100 pieces. So that would be enough for 25 bras for $2.99. So I think that's a really good price. Silver tends to be the cheapest one that you can get. So I'm going to add that one to my cart as well. So I have, oh, here's some heart ones. So it might be any kind of interesting. Let's look at those. And rose gold is probably what I use the most often, and we'll add that to cart. So like I said, I haven't had much luck with elastics on from China, just because they can be really weak. You can't tell how firm they are and stuff like that. But rings and sliders, yeah, definitely go ahead and spend on them, because I haven't noticed any difference in rings and sliders versus what I buy from a normal shop. So I think that looks good. So let's take a look at our cart. So you see this little cart icon up here. And you'll notice when you go into your cart, your order summary still says $0. That's because you need to select all the things that you want to purchase. So that's why I just add everything in that I'm even remotely interested in, and then I can sort of like narrow it down when I get to this point. So looking at these, I think I definitely need these ones. And I think I'm going to splurge and buy the rainbow as well, because I've just never seen anything like that before. So we'll buy the rainbow too. This price is really good, so I'll keep that one. And let's see, I definitely want this lace. And then I'm not so sure about these, so I'll just leave those for later. So right now what I have in my cart is 1, 2, 3 sets of rings and sliders, as well as this really pretty turquoisey lace. So I'm going to go ahead and buy just those 4 items. Once you select the ones that you want to purchase, you hit buy and of course enter in your credit card information and stuff like that. And when you hit buy now, it pulls from your credit card immediately and just goes into an escrow account at AliExpress. So the vendor does not get the money right away. The vendor doesn't really get the money until you receive the item. So I'm going to go ahead and log into my account and show you what it looks like when you have orders pending. Okay, so here we have this order that I just placed with the rings and sliders. I also picked up some black lace and that sort of aqua-y lace right there. So you can see all of your orders listed in my orders. And when you receive the product, you have to come back in here and say confirm goods received. And once you say that you've confirmed your goods are received, then the money gets released and the seller gets the money. If you did not receive your goods, so generally they give you a time period. Let's see. Awaiting delivery. So your order will be closed in 87 days is what it says. So if you have not received your goods by the end of a time period, you can obviously go in here and say, look, I didn't receive them, and then I've gotten the money back within the same day. So I feel pretty confident shopping in AliExpress that if for some reason I don't get what I ordered or there's something wrong with what I've ordered, AliExpress has always been really good about refunding me any of the money because the money hasn't been released to the vendor yet. I hope everyone found this information useful and you feel a little bit more confident about how to use the website AliExpress to find fun and unique different things. The reason I like using AliExpress is because it tends to be a little bit cheaper than some of the other shops, but the sort of trade-off with that is that you are spending a lot more time looking for the product that you want to buy as well as waiting for it to be shipped. So that's the little trade-off that you have to make. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so in a few months when the rest of this product comes in, I can show you what everything looks like and my sort of feedback on everything. I'll see everyone next time. Take care.